Hey guys, and welcome back to part 8 of the XSE scripting tutorials. And in this video we're going to cover something a little bit different. This one's going to be about a couple of the special flags and one special event trigger that can happen within the game. Now you're probably thinking, what on earth is he talking about? Well, I have a notepad which will pretty much answer all your questions. This notepad right here, which I've put together from two different sources, comes with all the specials that are triggered within the certain Game Boy Advance Pokemon games, along with flags that are triggered within Fire Red. These are for Fire Red only. So there's specials that are actually triggered within the game that actually make something happen. Now a lot of these can be earthquakes, they could restart the game, they could even heal a Pokemon, which is one that we will get into later. Use special 0x0 with the NPC and it'll actually heal the Pokemon, but I'll show you that later on. So which one will we be using in this video? Well, what we're going to do, and here's the flags, so these are flags right down here. We're going to be setting the flag for 0828, which activates the Pokemon menu. You don't have access to this until you get a Pokemon from Professor Oak. Also, we're going to activate 829, and that activates the Pokedex menu. You don't get the Pokedex menu until you actually come back with Professor Oak's parcel from the Pokemart in Viridian City. Now, if you wanted to, you could knock out everything and go ahead and get your running shoes and have those ready to go too. So you can set each flag right here in one script and be ready to go. The next thing that we're going to do that involves the specials is that we're going to do something that a lot of people probably want from the get-go. If you're actually customizing a hacked ROM, you're going to probably be putting some other kind of Johto or Ruby and Sapphire Pokemon or Hoenn region into the game from maybe even Route 1. In which case you're going to need to be able to pull them up in your Pokedex. And to do that you have to activate the NationalDex. And for Fire Red and Leaf Green, that's special 0x16F. Okay? And that's what you'll use, is that number right there. And that'll actually activate it. So I've already got a script pulled up to save a lot of time, because this should be pretty obvious on what it does. And there's nothing really else needed to explain. But there are specials, and I'll link you to the forum page that I've linked to in every video almost about these tutorials and the referencing material that is posted on it. Or you can just pause your video and look at all the different things I have on mine. So I already have it open, and I've already got the ROM open, and I got dynamic, just standard 800,000. Start, lock player, face the player, or lock the player, face the player, and it's going to be a person that tells us. Now you can do a lot of this just by stepping on a tile. Now some people do that. They actually make it to where it's a script, like a map script, like you do on apply movement in my last episode, and when you step on it there's no words, no nothing, it doesn't even show anything, you don't lag or anything, but as soon as you walked over that you get all three things, even the running shoes if you want. So there's a lot of different things you can do. But we're going to do a person, that way we have some more clarification. So after you do the face player, we're going to do a message box, and the message box will be 1 and it'll be a normal 6. It's actually going to be, before you leave on your journey, take these. Now it's going to set flag for receiving the menu, receiving the Pokedex, and receiving the national area of the Pokedex. And then we're going to play a fanfare because it doesn't have anything. These aren't considered items. So you actually have to play the fanfare and give yourself some clarification. So you're going to have to do message talk 2, just a normal box. And it's going to be player, received a Pokedex, and the Pokemon menu. You can change this to whatever you want. I just figured that was probably the best way to say it. Now we're going to do wait fanfare, make sure all the music plays. Remember, the fanfare will stick to this message and play all the way through. And then we're going to do one more message after the fanfare. We're going to say, have fun. Now, I'm not a fan of setting flags and then making the person go to a different pointer that says a message like have fun again and again every time you talk to them. I actually prefer them to disappear. I don't want to see them anymore if they were there for one purpose and one purpose only. So instead of making this a really long script, doing a check flag, if 0x1 go to done, go down to done, done has a message, message has goes to talk 3 and just says has fun. I don't really like doing all that. It seems a lot more work, so I just like to hide them, get them off the screen. So after he does the talk 3, which is have fun, we're gonna do a number 4 box. Now with a number 4 box, you have to do this next command, which is closeonkeypress. It's one word. So you have to do that, and what that does is it actually makes the box disappear on the key press. If you don't have this and you set number 6 as this right here, so this will be a number 6, you'll actually see the message box through the fade screen or as soon as it comes back. So as soon as it unfades, you'll still see that message box. That's really undecent work. It's not very good looking at all. It makes it look kind of sluggish and unprofessional. And we're all about making a professional ROM, or at least I think so. So what you want to do is set it as number 4, and this always has to follow it, closeonkeypress, in which case then you will fade the screen, you'll hide sprite number 1, which is, I'll show you where that's at, on where I'm going to put him at least, and then we're going to set a flag for 1208, and we're going to give him that flag just in case he doesn't disappear right. And I know I haven't used 1208 yet. We're going to bring the screen back. He should be gone because he'll be number 1. And we're going to release it and end it. So it'll be all done. So what we're going to have to do is go ahead and set him in place. That way we make sure that he is number 1. So we'll go to Advanced Map, and here's Pallet Town. Now normally you would do it in Pallet Town, but a lot of people like to start off the game even before they even leave the house and have everything. So we're going to close box 3 and go to box 4. It's going to be Pallet Town. Now if you go to 4.0, it's going to be the downstairs of your house. If you do 4.1, it'll be the upstairs. And as you can see, there's no events. If you hit Control Z, you see a warp. You see 3 signpost scripts. We're not going to use any of those. So we're going to go here and we're going to add a person. So it'll be one person. This is how I know it'll be number 1. And we're going to drag him down here. And we're not going to make him block the door. Well, actually we could, because he's going to disappear. So we'll go ahead and just make him block the door. And what we're going to do is set him as 1208, because we do want him to disappear. Set flag and the person ID will do that on top of the hide sprite. So that just pretty much confirms that he will not be there. So let's go back into the script and go to our free space finder. And this is my next available one, so I'll copy that. Actually, I think that's a different ROM. So let me make sure I'm on the right ROM. I've got different ROMs running. Okay, so this should be in the right one. Let's search. Yeah, that's totally different. So we'll copy that one. And we will paste it inside here. Okay, now let's debug it. Everything looks good. Everything should be running right. So we'll go to compile, copy that, minimize, and we'll go here and we will paste it. Okay, now you can check it if you want to, but I'm pretty sure it'll run smoothly. Looks like it's doing everything it needs to. And we'll minimize it, then we'll go to save. Now we just open it up. Now I'm not sure how this is going to work if I actually go inside here. I should be able to, yeah. So normally you'd start off the game down here so we can actually meet him. But I was able to walk through him since it warped me on top of him. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and talk to him. Let me make sure I change my sound settings real quick, because I'm not hearing anything. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to talk to him. Before you leave on your journey, take these. I received a Pokedex in the Pokemon menu. Have fun. He is gone. That is it. If we hit enter, we have the Pokedex. I don't have a Pokemon, so I can't check it. But it is not, we have no Pokemon menus there. If we leave, when we go back up, he's not there. If we go out here and we try to find a Pokemon, I don't want a bicycle. Get away from me. Alright, let's see. Which one of these gives me a Pokemon? I think this one up here gives me a Pokemon. Pikachu. Alright, so now I have Pikachu. So there's Pikachu. Remember, we gave Pikachu an item. This is a good way to show off that item. It is holding a potion. Level 5, and we can check the Pokedex. Now, not only will it show the Pokedex, it'll show the national one. So it's going to give that national option. See? It's going to give the one for Kanto and then one for national. And you'll want to use this if you're adding newer Pokemon to Route 1 Grass or whatever, because I don't think you're introduced into national Pokemon, at least like Johto, until you get to the islands. And the islands are pretty far away. So that's pretty much it on that. But that's all it takes. It's a very simple script. You can add it to whatever scenario you want it to be. A lot of people do the script tile, so it'll just be like a little script on the floor, and you'll hit it once. Make sure you set the flag, or set the var at least, so that way it only happens once. So 6001, 6002, which one hasn't been used, and then you set it to 0x1. That way you only step on it once and it does something. After that, you can give it all of these, including the running shoes, and you're good to go. But I'll get into a more detailed video later on, probably, that will go into more detail about these other special flags, specials, and then special flags. But yeah, that'll be for another video. So the next video will probably be something simple to go along with this one, maybe like a give egg, because I think that one's pretty neat, and I'd like to show that in a video. But that'll be pretty much it for this video. So comment, rate, and subscribe. Everything will be in the description that's included in this video, anything referenced. If you guys have any questions or any kind of comments that you want to leave about maybe future videos, go ahead and do that. I'll check into it, and I will see you in the next episode.